Hi, this is Brother Sean with eLearning Brothers. Today I'd like to show you how to change what answer is correct for each of the questions in the Millionaire Challenge. This is what I consider a more advanced editing features, so if you're not familiar with Flash, be very careful as you make these edits. First thing I'm going to do is in my timeline, I'm going to go and lock all of my layers so I don't accidentally move anything on the stage that I don't want to move. And the only two layers that you'll want to have unlocked are the buttons and the remediation. I'm going to go and use on the timeline, just scrub over to frame 2, and you are going to do this exact same thing for each of the questions. So each on the timeline, you'll notice that there's one frame here for a question, and then the next frame is the remediation. The next frame will be the next question and the remediation for that question, and so forth. There is a few spots in the timeline where you'll have the congratulations, but you just skip over that and go to the next one. So you're going to have to do this for each of the questions, and the first one we're going to do is our question number 1, so that's going to be frame 2. First thing I like to do is, let's say we want to change the correct answer to be C instead of A. So I'm just going to go double click and actually change the name in here to correct. And that way it'll just give us kind of the visual cue of what we're actually going to be doing in the code. Incorrect. So correct and incorrect. You'll notice that each of these boxes up in the properties panel, as you click on them, will say box 1, 2, 3, and 4. So those are the naming conventions that we'll be looking at in the code. So we're actually going to be changing box 1 from not being correct but being incorrect now, and we're going to change box 3 from being incorrect to correct. So let's go up into our code. You're going to go Window, Actions. This is our action script code. And on the timeline, you're just going to want to click on the little A on frame 2 on the actions layer here. Frame 2, actions, and that's the little A, and that'll bring up all your code for this frame. So once again, we're taking box 1 now is the correct answer. So all this code in this box 1 on release statement here, we're going to take these 4 lines of code, that this, go to and stop, backgrounder, money, and next frame. We're going to cut it out. I'm going to be very careful, make sure you leave all these brackets and semicolon there. And now we're going to come down here and put it in box 3. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in front of this statement. And I'm just going to do a couple of returns just to separate this. This is the original code. And we want to take out the original code from box 3. We're going to cut that out now. And I'm just going to go ahead and delete a couple of those spaces in there. You don't have to. I just like to keep it clean so you know what you're doing. I'm going to bring that code now and put it up here. So we just really swapped out the code within the on release statement. Now that's actually all we need to do for the boxes. So now those buttons are programmed to make box 3 the correct answer, box 1 an incorrect answer. We're going to scroll down now, and now we need to reprogram your lifeline buttons. They're labeled that you can probably guess which one's which. So this is the 50-50 button, and the only code that we're touching is the stuff in the on release statement. You'll see that box 1 and answer 1 visible true. So this is telling you which boxes and answers to go visible or invisible. We want to change these, so we're going to flip-flop answer or box and answer 3 with box and answer 1. So we're going to take this one from being false and name it true. True. And that's box and answer. And now we're going to do the box 1 and make it false. So now you have 2 boxes that are false and 2 boxes that are true. Okay, on the friend button and the audience button, really it's only one little thing you need to change. This little, mine's green, the text here. Right now it's going to phone 1. We want it to go to phone 3. So whatever box you want to be the correct box should be the number that goes into these 2 pieces of code. Audience 3, odd 3, and box 3. If the answer was 1, or the box was A, then you'd want it to be 1, but we want it to be 3. And that's really all you have to do. You do that for each of your questions on the timeline, and that should work for you. So hopefully this has been helpful for you. Thanks again. Happy learning.